Check this out. Women's jobs are at higher risk globally. Sisters, ladies, you are at higher risk according to statistics and data. This is that time for you to start working with your husband, working with your man. This is the time for you to start, working together. Prophecies and history. Prophecies and history. So we're going into the bad now, right? We got some of the good. Yeah, I rock with some of the good. That's no problem. Let's see the bad.
Well, Henry, let's just start with what the predictions are as they stand now.
Well, if you believe the inhabitants of Silicon Valley, the world economy is about to be transformed. And that's because AI is going to get so powerful that it is going to be able to carry out all sorts of tasks that are currently carried out by humans, and eventually all tasks that are currently carried out by humans.
So AI will eventually be replacing humans in every single aspect of life that you can think of. Even having romantic partners. I don't have that on the slide, but you got creators of artificial intelligence creating robots specifically to be your romantic lover. If that's not putting darkness for light, I don't know what is. Somebody got to have a sick mind to even think about that. But in the world we live in, that's what's happening, bro. That's what's happening, sis. That's what's happening, youngin, YN, young king. Okay, that's what's happening. We got to be prepared for these things.
And the implication of that in some economic models is that you get completely explosive economic growth. We're used to growth of 2% or maybe 3% in a good year.
And that economic growth is going to be dependent on the universal basic income. But we'll get to that later.
In advanced economies over the past century or so. Some of these models churn out numbers like 20 or 30% growth.
Let's go on.
Well, Henry,
Japan developed robotic farming systems that plant water, Japan developed robotic farming systems that plant, water, and harvest crops with minimal human help. Now, there's also people that work in the farming industry that perform these tasks. They plant, they water, and they harvest crops. But now, and they get paid for it, right? That's how they take care of their family. That's how they make ends meet. That's how they bring food to the table and have a roof over their head. But now it's being replaced by AI. Can you imagine a person with a job 20 plus years, 10, 20 plus years? That's all they know, to now be replaced by AI and have to learn a skill that pertains to AI to find a job. Now, of course, again, it's part of the agenda and the plan to have people behind and just, the economy, is either you get with it or get lost. But to have so much years in a place where you pour your soul, your heart, this is what got you by. To lose that all of a sudden after 10, 20 years, that's a hard hit, man. Says this innovation tackles labor shortages and boosts production. But we know what it is. We know many people is going to lose their jobs based on this, due to AI replacing them. So in the article, Japan Daily, it says Japan has been at the forefront of robotics and artificial intelligence for years. But recently, Japan began to apply these technologies to agriculture, a field previously dominated by human labor and weather-sensitive production. The result is a new generation of intelligent farms that use AI to track crops, automate harvests, and even make watering, fertilizer, and pest control decisions. That means you don't know what's being sprayed on your crops or on your food. Right now, most people don't even know what's being sprayed on their food. So imagine when AI takes over and it's just the automated machine spraying whatever is programmed to spray on crops. You ain't gonna tell the AI machine, hey, stop spraying that. You can't tell them that. So what's gonna happen? It's gonna create a conflict of interest, right? It's gonna create people, saying this is not fair. We're losing our jobs. AI is being treated better than us. But in the beginning, it's going to be accepted because it's going to be promoted as good. Let's take a look at this video. See that? Spraying things you don't even know. It can be a good thing, but this makes it bad as well. Why? Because we know those in charge of the crops and the harvesting, they're going to make sure that chemicals is being sprayed. Let's go to the next slide. So Amazon, according to CNN report, Amazon is laying off 16,000 employees as AI battle intensifies. Amazon is laying off 60,000 employees, the company's second round of large-scale job reductions in 3 months as it fights to improve its standing in the battle for AI supremacy. So now it's becoming a battle of AI versus humans. If an AI can outdo you and outperform you, you're getting replaced. For the sake of time and, humans sometimes do things a little slower, let's get AI in there so it could work as we want it to. Reading the article, it says, we've been working to strengthen our organization by reducing layers, increasing ownership, and removing bureaucracy. Amazon in late October announced it was cutting 14,000 corporate employees following a directive from CEO Andy Jassy's vision of operating like the world's biggest startup. He wants the company to remain nimble so that it can adapt and change quickly as AI depends on the technology sector. Okay, or depends the technology sector. So again, we're seeing a battle now. This is a battle now. It's going to become a battle. And what I don't want, what I hate is people getting caught off guard. Right? Especially if you're so-called Latino, Native American, Black, Haitian, Jamaican. You're the first to go on the list. Why? Because they're making it harder for us to indulge in what? In what we know. Some people, they don't know how to send emails. They don't know how to use the internet. They don't know how to use social media, right? How much more AI? Next slide. So this is the article from DataRefs. It says top AI job replacement statistics in 2026. In 2025, AI replaced 54 54,694 jobs in the U.S., including 6,280 cuts in November. And since 2000, 1.7 million manufacturing roles have been lost due to automation. By 2030, AI-driven job disruption will account for 22% of jobs, with 170 million new roles created and 92 million displaced, resulting in a net increase of 78 million jobs. Okay, and this is just the beginning. This ain't even 2030 yet. It's not 2035, 2040. See, what people fail to understand is that you have to think about the future, especially if you're planning to live for a while, especially with the kids growing up, they're teens, teenagers, and adolescents. We have to teach them this stuff. Who else is going to teach them? AI? By the time they learn that, it's too late. It says certain jobs are at very high risk, like interpreters and translators, 98% of them, and historians, 91%. Guess what? AI will be teaching you history. And y'all wonder why it's so important that we bring this out now. We bring our history out. We bring things that, that was done in the past. We bring the history of us being Israelites, what the Most High showed us through wonders and miracles in history. That's what the Most High, he needs a remnant to teach this kind of stuff. Why? Because sooner or later, AI is going to be replacing you. Reading on, with tools such as ChatGPT, DeepL, and Google Translate doing many of their tasks, young workers between the ages of 22 to 25 are most affected, with employment in AI-exposed roles falling 6 to 20%, while older workers often see stable or growing employment. Why? Because of experience. Okay, and it's also experience in the field of AI. That's what's going to be most important. Check this out. Women's jobs are at higher risk globally. Sisters, ladies, you are at higher risk according to statistics and data. This is that time for you to start working with your husband, working with your man. This is the time for you to start, working together. All the bickering and all the little problems is not going to compare to the problems I'm going to face in the future. So it's better to work together than to be divided. Okay. Especially in high income countries where 9.6% of women's jobs are highly exposed compared to 3.2% for men. Despite job losses, AI is increasing productivity by 15% in developed economies, creating opportunities for new ones alongside displaced jobs. So they get rid of you and they're putting in AI robots and machines. Next slide. Okay, customer service employees replaced by AI. And again, this is a highly visual class, so you're going to be seeing a lot of videos. Let's play this one. You want some popcorn? They got it. Hands it right to you. And you see how the people just look at it in awe and accept it, which means it's easier for them to bring along the greater agenda, replacing humans in every shape, aspect, and form. You want some popcorn? Don't worry, AI got you. You want some coffee? AI got you. And it makes a design for you, nice and pretty. Look at that. People are in disbelief and they loving it. They love it. It's a sight to see. Bam, right there. See that? So if you want your coffee, AI machine will be making your coffee. No problem. What you want? Sugar, milk, almond milk, decaf.
That's where the world's first ever fully autonomous AI-powered restaurant has opened, complete with burger flipping bots.
So we have a restaurant in California which is completely autonomous. AI robots serving your food, making your food. The only thing human about it is the people putting the ingredients in it. This is it right here.
Automated grill gives the meat its sizzle as this restaurant goes robotic.
For this burger, it'll take about 120 seconds.
Cali Express by Flippy is the world's first AI-powered eatery. There's new technology outside the kitchen, too. A cheeseburger. Order kiosks use facial recognition to remember you, your favorite food, and how you like to pay.
So not only do they make your food, but they recognize you as a regular customer. They say, oh, we know you. We know what burger you want. We know what kind of coffee you want. We know everything you want. You ain't even got to order because we recognize you through facial recognition.
Then watch the robots work. No humans required.
We can't get enough people to come out to work on fryers and grills. They're dangerous jobs. And this automation helps solve a lot of those issues.
Hello, I have someone. 62% of restaurants report being understaffed. Industry experts say most of those unfilled jobs could be done by robots.
So family, you hear that, right? Most of these jobs, eventually all could be done by robots. So what's the solution? Prepare. I'll go over that later. Prepare. Gain a skill in these jobs, in these AI platforms. Gain certifications. If you plan to work at a restaurant your whole life, this is what's coming. They're going to easily replace you with an AI robot that can do everything you good, just as good or even better. And this is important, man, because you have people now working in restaurants thinking that's their retirement. You're thinking you're going to work there forever. Oh, I've been doing a good job this whole time. I've been consistent. I've been on time. I haven't missed a day. Next thing you know, your 21st year, excuse me, sir, ma'am. Yeah, we're going to have to tell you that we don't need you anymore. You're being replaced by a robot. And I laugh not because it's funny. It's because people will hear this and just ignore it. They don't want to better their situation. They don't want to put the work in. They don't want to gain a skill. Some people are too old and set in their ways. And that's going to be the main reason why they stay behind. They're too set in their ways to learn anything new. Let's move on. So that restaurant with the autonomous machines is called Cali Express. It's the world's first ever fully autonomous AI-powered restaurant called Cali Express, which is in Southern California. Okay, the group behind this dystopian project, Cali Group, set up shop on the northwest corner of Green Street and Madison Avenue at 561 East Green Street. If y'all in California, go by there, check it out, see how it is. That's going to give you a visual of what we're going to in the near future. It says at Cali Express, robots autonomously handle frying, burger preparation, food assembly, running food to customers, and AI-powered ordering and payment. It manages fryers, cooking up to 250 pounds of French fries per hour with precision and consistency. Cooks burgers without human intervention. It does the food assembly and handling. Some robots assist in preparing ingredients for final assembly, though humans may still handle packaging and final touches. So they even assist humans in the flavoring and ingredients. Food delivery within the restaurant. Tuffy, a robotic food runner, transports meals from the kitchen to the pickup area, reducing human labor and internal logistics. See that? So they even have machines in this restaurant in California where they bring you your drinks, your food from the kitchen. So if you're planning to argue with a server, which you shouldn't be doing, you're going to be arguing with a machine. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of violence in these fast food restaurants lately, right? Where people get mad, they're not getting their order correct, or they're getting their order a little too late. People is getting their order before them. Guess what they're going to say? AI can help. And they're here to take over, right? Also, AI-powered ordering and payment in this restaurant. Pop ID kiosks allowed customers to place orders and pay using facial recognition, automating the ordering process. Now, again, this seems cool to a lot of people. Oh, look, they got the robots. Yo, listen, man, we don't gotta do nothing, man. That's so cool. Until it's a job they applying for, they can't get it because they already hired an AI robot. See that? We got to wake up, family, and be prepared. So we also have autonomous forklifts in factories. From what I know people that do forklift, and that's they make a good amount of money. Now they're working on autonomous forklifts to be able to replace these factory workers. Let's look at this video.
That there's going to be a humanless supply chain by 2030. And you look at these farming robots for the first example, and then it moves to factories where they've got driverless forklifts. Like this one filmed by a diesel mechanic that went inside a Costco warehouse and was shocked to see just driverless forklifts moving around the factory. Insane. And then they've got these pallet jacks that move stuff around at the factories as well, all run by a central hub that's going AI. They want fully AI run from farm to the table. And you've got these robots, as we know, inside Amazon warehouses. They're going to be on all warehouses. So you've got the farm to the factory, and then you've got the truck that's taking it to where it needs to be, going fully AI as well, driverless trucks. They're being trialed in Austin. That's everything.
They even got the trucks now. Not only do they have the robots for the packaging and the organizing, they got the AI for delivery, which means truck drivers in the near future, a lot of them will be losing their jobs based on what? Them creating autonomous trucks. Let's go more into that.
Autonomous truck technology company Kodiak is going to begin trading on the NASDAQ after completing a SPAC transaction. It's changing its name to Kodiak AI, and joining us right now on the potential benefits of AI-powered trucking, that means trucks that are driving themselves, is Kodiak's founder and CEO, Don Burnett. Don, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
I did not realize how these things are already on the roads, at least down in Texas at this point. Why don't you describe what the trucks are, how they run, and what the AI component is?
Sure. So trucking is obviously a huge part of the American economy. And one of the big challenges over the last several decades has been driver shortage and challenges that drivers face on the road. And so we've been working to automate the trucks with AI technology that allows them to effectively drive on their own. And our first commercial deployment is out in West Texas with a company called Atlas Energy Solutions. And we have now 8 trucks that are fully driverless, meaning there's nobody in the cab out operating on a daily basis.
And they're out driving. You picked this area of Texas because it's fairly remote. There's not a lot of traffic on the road, but there is other traffic. It's not a closed loop.
Absolutely. So it could be coming. I don't know. I worry that truck could kill me. I shouldn't. You shouldn't. So safety is always our first priority. And as you said, our trucks are programmed to be conservative. They're going to sit in the right-hand lane, minding their own business. They're not going to cut you off. If they're going to pass.
See, and right now, the AI robots, they want to make sure it's perfected. They want to make sure that there's no slip-ups, there's no errors that can deviate from their tasks or deviate the autonomous machines from their tasks. They're trying to perfect it to a level where literally humans are not needed for anything. So here we are. Truck drivers have been making a living for years, to now their company calling them and saying, hey, listen, we don't need you anymore. We have an autonomous truck that can take over. Thank you for your service, though. And where's that going to leave truck drivers? This is what I'm saying. Prepare. Have a backup. Right? The Bible tells us they that don't prepare, they shall not harvest when they shall not reap the benefits when it's due. So if you're not putting no work and if you're not working towards your future, you're going to be either stuck in the present or in the past.
They're going to pass cautiously. They're going to pass when there's an opening. And so they're going to abide by the speed limit. They never get drowsy. They never drive drunk. Right? They're always paying attention 360 degrees around the vehicle.
You have 3,000 paid hours.
Never get drowsy. Now, I know a couple of truck drivers, and what they tell me is they have a certain amount of hours that they can work because they require, the company requires them to take a nap, take a rest, take a breather, so you can't drive trucks for over 8 hours because the human side will be tired. Now they just created AI trucks where it says, listen, we don't need that rule anymore. We have autonomous trucks that can drive hours and hours on end without needing a break. I hope y'all starting to see the bad in this as well. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 14, it says, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. Now, for those that may not know, Egypt is also considered America, right? America is also considered Egypt because this is the new Babylon. This is the new Egypt all over again. So the scriptures is telling us they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, in this case America, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto a woman, and they shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Now, in all actuality, the Most High is trying to wake us up through these prophecies. That's what it is. The Most High is trying to wake our people up. Wake up before it's too late. The Most High always told us to prepare. Always in history. When Yahushua, when he told us to leave Jerusalem because it was going to be taken over by the Romans, that was preparation. In this case, we have brothers that's doing classes, that's telling you, listen, this is what's going on. Prepare for the future. Take heed, man. Take heed, because I know a lot of people that they don't take heed, and later on they're looking for you and they're looking for the answers, but we already gave it to you. Oh, we're not done. We're not done.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Pop, 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 pop.